Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and welcome to the Gems of War Raids, Week 8, Day 3. So, of course, today we have ourselves a moon, so let's actually go and get that real quick. I believe the battles were pretty easy. I believe it was just standard blighted land, so you could pretty much take it out with anything. Either use the Great Maul from last week to just devour out one of them, or use any of these standard ones, like just mass divines. Other than that, if you needed something else very early on in the game, of course, using the cockatrice plus the bullet combo ends up working out pretty well. But let's go set something up here and go take these out real quick, if it will load. Unfortunately, they've had these long loading times. I noticed earlier this morning, too, it was insanely bad loading times. Apparently, it still seems to be the case. I did click edit, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. Why did it take so long? Okay, so let's go and let's get everything in that we need. So let's go get just basically all the divines. Might as well just type in divine and go get all three of them. Divine Shpala, get the Infernus, and get the Ubistet wherever you are. Alphabetical order, so there it is. And then we just get Divine Protector, move that there, move that not there. And there we go. And then we change our banner accordingly. And we'll be good from there. Let's find our green-blue wherever it's hiding at. It's Magrim Woods. I still do not understand why they have it this way, where it's alphabeticalized based on the one that's grayed out. That doesn't make any sense at all. But there we go. Okay, so let's go get our moon. There was a hardware failure that they needed to fix. I know that they were getting data on it. Did they actually make an official post kind of like explaining everything then? Is what you're referring to? I actually didn't check the forum yet today. Let's see, 31 new posts. Maybe we'll go read that out then, if that's the case. Official news, server issues. Oh, okay. So that was me having server issues earlier. Let's just go read through it real quick. And we get to see this. They posted this 12 hours ago. Hello, everyone. We've been investigating reports of server issues. And also, does anyone know how to get rid of the new Gems of War? I mean, not the new Gems of War, the new interface that Steam just got, where I have it as invisible, but it still keeps showing me every single thing whenever anyone, like, logs in or anything. Does anyone know how to shut that down on the new system? Steam just got an update today, or earlier. And I haven't found yet where on earth that option is to disable that. Normally, all you had to do is click invisible, but that doesn't work anymore, for whatever reason. Okay, I assume there's something under the options menu. But from the quick overview I did, I couldn't find anything in there for it. But yeah, on to what Surian was saying. We've been investigating reports of server issues for the last hour or so. Turns out that one of our Amazon database servers suffered a hardware fault and is currently being replaced by our database provider. No ETA on how long this will take. But I just wanted to let you know we're aware of this issue, and the problem is currently in the process of being fixed. So hopefully soon, TM, it will be fixed. Okay, we'll go and grab all that, get another Infernus down, go from there. Who put the thumbs down? Did we already get a thumbs down? Yes. That's fine. Actually, technically, I think a thumbs down actually helps more than if they would have done nothing. So, good for them. Though, of course, an upvote actually helps even more than that. Hello, Avalon. Hello, Mr. Jesse. Hello, Sean. Hello, everyone. Yeah, pretty much a standard day today. Then we have the class event tomorrow, which will be quite a bit of fun. With the Bard, we'll be able to get quite a bit of EXP for that. I personally don't need it, though. Oh, no. I'll see what our leaderboard is. Maybe we'll go for the, maybe we'll go for it. I'll probably just go for the orb, most likely, and just kind of see what we get from there. So probably like tier 4 or something. I've yet to actually go that far, like just to tier 4. Normally, if I did it, I either didn't do it at all, or I went all the way in. And I haven't really done a mid-range yet, where all I did was get the orb and then maybe make the absolute bottom of the leaderboard or something. So we'll maybe go for that this time around, and just see how that goes. Anyway, let's take that. Go throw a, which one do we go for? I guess we'll go for him, why not? A little poke in there. Still managed to get the extra turn just randomly. That one explosion can definitely get in the way a lot, and actually make you lose your turn, which is unfortunate, but at least it could occasionally give you the little bit of mana you need. because you're guaranteed getting some amount of mana since it's exploding a yellow every time. So even if you purely miss, you're getting something. But the big issue is it's normally getting rid of your extra turn that you should have had, which is always awful. Did we get any news from Salty's stream? There was a few things I mentioned yesterday, or the other day. Trying to think of what else it really was. Nothing was really too important, other than that next patch is probably going to be a whiles away. Next Kingdom's still in the process of being made. The Underworld's coming in next patch. We're getting a new minigame next patch. And, trying to think. There was some other tidbit of information, I believe. Oh, they're still going to be doing the Pan's Veil rework. It's just not coming out this week. They weren't able to push it out in time, but they're still planning on doing it, even though they didn't do it during the event. Nor are they doing it tomorrow, unfortunately. Let's see. I feel like there's one other thing that they mentioned that I forgot. It wasn't too important, though. Whatever it was. She didn't really go over much. It's just kind of her playing pretty much the whole time. Yeah, we'll take the blue over. And most of what she said we already knew as well. And let's get that down for a poke. Get a free turn. Ubestet, double kill, Infernus, and go from there. Hello, base. Welcome. Are Doom Skulls still viable? Yes. They're not as viable as they used to be, but they're still very viable. Reason you don't see me using it is just because Divines are way better. And they did slightly nerf Doomstorm to a degree that Divines are just better than it now. But yeah, you can still get away with 4 times Doom Skulls. Perfectly fine team to use if you wanted to use it. Also, if you needed a Divine counter, you can actually use a Doomskull team with a Crimson Bat up front, and then you just get to destroy them off the Crimson Bat. Because Crimson Bat does 2 times damage to Divines, and it does additional 2 times if they're missing HP. So you could potentially be getting 4 times additional damage. And with Doomskulls, that's a lot of damage, because if you're doing 4 times extra damage, every skull, or every Doomskull that you're taking, is 20 total damage. Because, of course, they would multiply the 5 out, so it's a lot of damage is the bottom line. So definitely very, very useful still. It's just Divines are better. If you have like literally this exact team, there's nothing stronger than it, which is why I don't bother running Doomskulls at the moment. But obviously, if you didn't have something like this, still perfectly fine to still be running Doomskulls as your main PvP team, or for literally everything. Alright, move that, move that. I need to get damage on one of them. Guess we'll do it on the one that's summoned, just to guarantee that we get that kill. Because it has that weird mechanic where it does that like little extra kill at the end of it. So let's utilize that. I need to get another poke on it. Hopefully Infernus will actually hit it correctly. Let's see. No, it does not. It hits literally everything except him. Good job. Every possible target except the one I actually wanted to hit. So I guess we'll just go for Ubista here. It's not going to hit the other one that I want, but can't really help that at this point. Go for some skulls, start hitting that down. He's probably going to revive since we didn't get him down correctly, but oh well. Move that, get the other one over. Throw down an Infernus. And then we just Ubisted it. And he would. Oh no, that wasn't him. That was actually her. She summoned a, that thing. Oh well, it goes down. And there we go, Moons. See the Moons. How many did we get? Oh, only 1. But we got a lot of purple food, though. Then again, pet food means almost nothing. But, yeah, let me go check how the pets are doing. How's he doing? We need, what is that? 7 more copies of Moon, and we'll have an additional 1 more % extra bonus onto souls. And still, we have yet to hit another mythic on pets. We're very close on a lot of them, but we're not there yet. I believe he's the absolute closest. No, the Leafet is. Leafet, we only need 1 more. If we just get a single Leafet event, regardless of how many copies we get, we will have our mythic. And Grimlet's almost the same case. We just need 2 of them. But in time, we'll get there. So, let's go do raids now. Still need to go do those. We only have 4 battles left, so they should go through pretty quick. We also have an orb. So let's go see what we get from there. Hopefully something good. Anything good? We also got 3 Celestials and an orange. That could have been better, but I'll take it. Better than a green. Literally anything's better than a green. That's the second worst one to get, but I'll take it. But there we go. Okay. And now we have those 2 hopefully for tomorrow or Friday. And this other orb will probably be Saturday or Sunday. And yeah, well, I might actually stop doing the event soon after tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Because I'll probably still be doing it as Bard and then switching to whatever the next one is once we know what it is on Friday. Because on Friday, we're going to... actually, then again, there's probably the spoiler thing that already tells us what it is. We should probably go double check that beforehand. But... Yeah, I want to know what next week's class event thingy is so we can actually start leveling it. Because I actually don't really need to do Bard too much more. It depends if we do the event or not. We'll probably do the event for tomorrow night's stream. And then while still doing the rest of raids. And then probably switch over to whatever the other hero class is. And then start leveling that up. Unless we already have it maxed, in which case, well, we got it maxed. Anyways, those daily tasks are bugging me. So let me actually go do them real quick. We have to go open 100 gold keys as well as 3 gem keys. So we might as well go do that right now. I'll see why not. And there's 10 gems just for doing that. And then we get 10 gems for doing this. So open 3 of these. 1. Come on. 2. And 3. And there we go. Also, if you're a newer player, you should like save all your gem keys and just use them whenever you get a daily task for them. You'd get so many gems that way for free. And the Kedar thing is really annoying. I'm just going to skip it. Both of these are kind of pointless. You only get 100 souls for this, which we can get in like half a second. And for this one, it's just not really anything. It's 300 souls. At least we get it automatically, kind of, because of the whole revenge thing. But, yeah. Not really that needed. Oh, yeah, did anyone mention anything about that whole thing in the corner? Has anyone figured out how to get rid of that? Also, I just realized my green screen's not green screening. All my bed over there. Anyways, there we go. Let's see. Let's go back to that. Go do... Well, we should probably go to dungeons soon, too, but let's go do raids first. Fight. And we switched to Faunessas, by the way. Spam Faunessa. It's been going out pretty well. Yeah, most of the tasks well, I wouldn't say that I skip most of the tasks. It's just mainly... whoa. The stats are that high already? Am I accidentally on Warlord 4 or something? Wait, why does the stat seem so much higher than normal? Okay, never mind. I guess we're just far in this already. Wait, why does the task seem so much... I guess... No, I guess their stats are just that high. That really threw me off for a second. I don't know why. But, wow. I didn't even realize their stats are getting that high already. Ow. Wow, those hit high. I guess because we keep tearing through them so quickly with all the finesse stuff. I don't think we've lost a single one. No, we haven't. We haven't lost a single Valraven, and we haven't lost a single battle. So I guess the reason this just seems so high is I've never actually been this far in raids before, I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't know why that threw me off so much all of a sudden. But yeah, they go down so easily. Yeah, I guess that's normal. It's not Warlord 4 or anything. Actually, you can't even set difficulty in this, so... Actually, let me double check. There's no way it could possibly be. I don't think it would even apply, even if it was. Nope, it's on normal. Yeah, they're just that high. Wow, those high stats. Let's keep going. Hopefully we find at least one Valraven. On the friends list, on the little cog under the X, then click the notifications. Thank you, McCoy. Let me see. So if I go under... McCoy to the rescue. Let me see. If I click on this, click on friends list. There's a little X somewheres. Where's this X? I see a plus friend. No, that's not it. That's where you add friends. That would make sense. Where is this X of which you speak? There's the X to close the screen. There's the option. Oh, I see. It has its own options. Really? Okay. Let's read through all this. Open a new window for chats rather than a tab. Off. No, I don't want that. Ignore away status when sorting friends. Remember your open chats. Compact favorites area. Compact friends list. Panda nickname. Hide offline friends in custom categories. Hide categorized friends in... let's see. That's not it. Notifications. There it is. None that I need. Let's see. Give me a notification for literally none of this. Disable all of them. There we go. And now every single notification has been disabled. Is there not a save button? Flash a window when I receive a chat message. Oh, I could have just said never for that. That works too. There we go. And apparently there's no confirmation button, so hopefully that saves. Okay, I think we fixed it now. Thank you, McCoy. I didn't see the cog. That makes sense, though. Okay, notifications should no longer appear now in the new Steam format. Oh, we got a Valraven. Nice. Okay, let's go, and he's blocked by yellow, so we can just kill the boss first. If he wasn't, I'd probably kill the Valraven first, but we don't need to this time around, so we'll go kill that. Go for a double poke here. And go from there. Let's take a... None that I really need. I don't need another Mank. So I guess we will go for the purple. Vanessa and yellow and purple we need the most, so we'll go for that. Hopefully he gives us another skull. He does not. Nothing I could even try cascading for one. He's still blocked, so that's really nice. I actually don't want to kill him with a skull because of that. But we'll just move that over. Try taking that purple that he just ruins, of course. See if we still have anything else we could take. Doesn't look like it, so we'll go and maybe just throw Fawnessa down. That, or we could try for Mang. Go! Didn't get it. And he denies my mana immediately. We're going to go Mang the Valraven and kill it with its own attack, I think is the game plan here. So we'll go take brown. It doesn't use blue. Oh! He just got some yellows, though. At least it's not going into him yet, but we'll throw a Mang, get that down. That is not enough to one-shot it, but we just get that last little bit of mana and then kill it out that way. And now we have won the battle. All we need to do is find a skull or do anything. Or double Fawnessa. Actually, I think it's triple Fawnessa. Let's see if he gives us something. There we go. That's what we need. And we double killed him. Wow, we just did over 1,000 damage right there. That is a lot of damage, to say the least. And we got 2 more battles. We're right back where we started several minutes ago. Hello, Bakchan. Hello, Zeddicus. Welcome, welcome. Okay, what do we need to move around? I'll take the round over. Yeah, I'll need to look into Steam and see all the new little features that they added. Looks pretty cool. Oh, we'll go throw the Mang down. I actually haven't really been using Steam for much as of recently. Other than, of course, launching Gems of War. We'll go throw the hit down. Throw the other hit. And go from there if it'll let me click. Let's see. I'll take the skull there, grab that. Still have double Fawnessa, which isn't enough to kill either of them yet. I'll move that over. Take like a purple or something. Start getting that back up. Take that skull away from him. Get a free kill, and then we just have to deal with his ridiculously high attack. I mean, high durability, because he has stone skin. That laugh. Okay, and that's enough to kill it, even through stone skin. And down it goes. On to the next one. I said thank you to McCoy. McCoy was the first one who mentioned it. I said it right when she told us about it. Oops, I just took yellow when I already had full mana. What am I doing? Whoops! That's not how you play. Let's take the brown, get a Mang down. Barely even getting the Mang down. Wouldn't be too big a deal if we didn't, but it does speed up the kill quite a bit on him, since he has a lot of armor. Free skull, thank you. Well, not free, but we still get it. He didn't hit our hero, so that's good. We still get the one-shot skulls if we want. Actually, it's not one-shot because he's using double stone skin, but almost one-shot. So we'll do that. We're still going to need 2 more hits in there. Or 1 more if it's a skull. That works too. And now we just throw a bunch of Vanessas at him. So we'll go grab all that mana, get both of them to full. He does hit the hero, though it is not enough damage. So we'll go through that. Throw another. Oh, I should have taken that purple. Oh, well. Could have been free full mana on her. Could have already won the battle. Oh, no. Or we could just take that. Guess it works out. Did I say McCoy? I meant, McCoy. That is her name. McCoy? McCoy? McKay? I don't know how you pronounce that. Makawi. It's Makawi. It's Makawi? Makawi. Yeah, it's Makawi. I don't know. You know I'm bad at pronouncing names. Yeah, 3 times Vanessa could easily take us all the way to 500 if we wanted to. It's like I mentioned earlier, it's probably the easiest week ever in the history of Raids, or Invasions, for that matter, to be able to get all the way to 500. I don't think it's ever been easier than this, simply because Fawnessa does a ridiculously huge amount of damage in this game mode. It's the one instance where fully traded Fawnessa is actually not useless. Okay, we'll go take this skull. Throw another one down. I don't even need to adjust my hero class to the correct hero class, which is pretty cool too. We just use this the entire time and it's still fine. Because they're all yellow, they still gain a benefit from it. Not that huge a benefit, but it's enough to win out the battle just off for spam. Okay, that hits us some. Doesn't matter much though. Take that. Hopefully he'll give us a skull. He does not. Well, I guess we just get another Fawnessa or 2. Actually, only 1 is needed. And dead. Too bad there's not a troop that, like, raises the enemy's attack, but then does damage like she does. That'd actually be kind of cool. Like, deliberately making their attack higher but you get to deal more damage because you made their attack higher. Like, instead of, like, if she gained HP, or on top of that, like, if she gave the enemy additional attack, just so you would do more damage to it. And then you just do it on the back line, where you would never really need to worry about the attack. And then you keep stacking more and more attack over and over again. Alright, anyways, on to the next battle. Hopefully we got one more Val Raven. Hello, Mr. Lonely! Welcome. The chat police. Oh, that's why we have mods. Alright, move that over, move that over. Full mana, Mang, we need you. Let's go grab the brown over, take that for a Mang at boss, and that should be a match. Pretty much the second we get Mang on boss. As long as we get Mang before he dies, we're pretty much good every single time. And we have yet to actually have him die before we got off the Mang, so it's definitely possible. All they have to do is double skull us at this point, since we're not using any proper reduction. No, we'll take that out. He did not give us another free skull. Though if he did, we'd pretty much be good to go at this point. Let's see. Nope, he didn't do any of that. Tried for it off the top, didn't get it. Tried for it off the top again. Well, that was him, but still didn't get it. Got a little bit of mana. Still no skulls. I guess we start trying to get a kill, since all the skulls seem to be elusive right now. He still doesn't get it. Maybe we should try. Ah, there we go. We finally got it. One of us was bound to get it eventually. And now we just have to kill out this one. I'm actually going to mank him here, so we get the double hit for the kill. And all we need to do is just touch it twice, and that's match, even if he doesn't give us a skull, and he doesn't, and down it goes. Hey, we're almost level... Oh, that was our final battle already. Wow, that raids went really quick today. I guess we only got one Val Raven. Oh, well. But yeah, we're pretty much already there, because a lot of people in my guild are doing a lot of battles because of the legendary ingots. I'm pretty sure this will still be happening for several more weeks. I'm personally going to be doing it every single time if I have the gems to do so. But, these 8 legendary ingots, I'm probably going to be doing that a lot because we don't currently know how good the new game mode is going to be for farming ingots. We know that it's possible, we just don't know how good or bad it will be. And currently it is ridiculously, insanely hard to actually get mythic ingots. And if the only real way to do that is to get these up and then convert them into mythic ones, it's going to take forever. But we'll see. But, yeah, at the moment, we definitely need a lot of legendary ingots to start getting all the legendary weapons upgraded. We are nowhere near remotely close to finishing every single legendary weapon. We're like a year and a half away in the current format of the game. Even if we buy these every single time, I think we're still that far away from it. But, it's going to be a while, is the bottom line. But, of course, we're getting all the better weapons first, and then working down to the, smaller scraps. There's also quite a few of them that I'm only getting to +5. That I'm not bothering to getting further until we have to. Forced to do so due to kingdom upgrades. But, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Maybe they'll even be rebalanced by then, because we have to keep in mind, too, they haven't rebalanced any weapon yet. And there is a possibility they'll do that in the future. And I'm pretty sure they'll add refunds if they ever nerf one, like Divine Protector. Cough. No, actually, Divine Protector isn't, like, too insanely overpowered. Actually, I don't think any weapon really is. I just feel like they need to buff a lot of them that are just so useless right now. Hello, Dark Wolves. Welcome. Let's see. Yeah, I couldn't figure it out earlier. I didn't realize that it had its own options menu. I was going in the master options menu for the entirety of Steam. I never thought that the chat itself would actually have its own individual options. But anyways, let's go do dungeons, and then I guess mess around with PvP for the rest of the time. Of course, we already claimed our Moon. Definitely make sure you go do that before the end of the day. Moon is one of the better pets out there, especially if you are a newer player and haven't done your soul farming yet. It also, that bonus that it has does apply in Arena as well, so do keep that in mind. So if you're going to go and complete out Arena, and oh, I actually forgot how much Arena gives when you do all 8 battles. I believe it's 1,200. So let's say you have 2% extra. That would end up being 200. No, that's not right. That'd be 24 additional souls is what it would end up being. And of course, that can definitely stack up over time, but it doesn't seem like a gigantically huge amount. That's every single time you go through it, and definitely starts adding up on top of all the other bonuses. Alright, let's go move that over. Go and take skull, grab the yellows. Get a nice Infernus down. Also, they are planning on adding more pets like that in the future. Like another gold pet and another soul pet and such. So there will be another version of Moon basically in the future. Same as the mini Mimic. I will grab that. Let's go through all 3 of these. Hello, Mark Punk. Welcome. You saw that you purchased tier 5 for the raid troops. Was it worth it? Oh, yeah. I've always been doing tier 5 recently because of the legendary ingots. To get your first few legendary weapons upgraded, I would say it's worth it. Beyond that, not really. Also, I would definitely make sure you have a reserve of like 5,000 plus gems before you do it. Otherwise, there'd be other pieces of content that would be better to spend gems on other than that. I might need to do a video soon actually going over what on earth to spend gems on. In the past, that wasn't really needed because there were so few things. It was basically always throw it on gem keys. But now there's so many things you can actually throw it on. Because it feels like every patch they add something new that you can dump gems into. And it's starting to become pretty concentrated, with a lot of them not being worth it at all. Like pets, for example. You would almost never throw it on unless you just desperately wanted it maxed. Or if you needed it for a kingdom upgrade purpose, which currently you don't really need. I don't think, I think the only thing you really need them for is owning them yet. There will be eventually where you need to have like one pet fully maxed as well as multiple pets fully maxed for kingdom upgrades. But that's still a while down the road. Like, probably like a year plus as far as when I say a while. They really made the Kingdom Star system like way, way, way ahead. Like they're thinking like decade ahead when they made that star system. Like the current, how far the current stars go up to is about like 3 years from now. And based on their coloration, it's still going to go another 10 stars further. Okay, well, all that's cleared. And there we go. And I don't need to go through, and that's another one that you don't really need to do it on. Only on Sundays is that really worth it, because that's Diamond Day. You get like 2 gem keys and a bunch of other stuff. A Celestial Trait Stone, a bunch of diamonds. On most of these other days, it's not worth it anymore, because these things aren't really used for anything. These color shards are just not really that useful, unfortunately. At least at the moment, they're not. Anyways, let's go and, yeah, let's actually make level 1,300 this stream. Or at least attempt for it. We should make it very close. We're like right on top of that milestone. Let's go and work on that. Go to PvP and just take out whatever battle we see. And maybe I might need to go rename the title of the stream, because we might actually reach 1,300. I'll move that over. Yeah, that'll be a pretty nice milestone. I believe we get 1 additional attack, if I'm not mistaken, at that level. You keep getting another stat every 100 levels after level 1,000. And that includes, of course, this one. Yeah, last I recall, it's attack bonus. It's forever since we reached the last one. Gosh, it was probably like half a year ago or something since we reached level 1,200. And that one stat that we get from it actually does work in Arena, by the way. It's the only stats that actually do increase based on Arena is your hero stats. So whatever stat we were to get next level, that does apply in Arena if we were to go and utilize that. Obviously, I almost never play in Arena, though. Normally, it's just better to do PvP for the most part. Unless you really need souls, that's the only time you do Arena. More often than not, getting the high amount of gold from PvP is better. And this late in the game, you almost never need souls. There's just about nothing to dump them into once you finally have everything maxed out. The only thing you really put them into is like the mythic weapon that came out, the Dawnbringer. And unless they keep adding more like that, which I believe they are planning on doing in the future, but unless they were to add more like that, it's going to be a while before we really have another soul sink. Or they could keep adding more Soulforge stuff, which they do appear to be doing, but most of the things there don't seem to burn too many souls for the most part. The closest thing they've done so far that kind of like burns at souls a decent amount is the ingots, actually. Because you have to keep up. Oh, I should have casted him beforehand. I could have went for it. I just didn't want to waste his ability. But apparently, I didn't want to waste his ability, so I wasted his ability by having him die. Logic. Okay, anyways, we'll do that down. And what was I mentioning? There's something about ingots. Oh yeah, ingots kind of do that in a way, because you have an 80% chance of getting a common ingot, and every 10 of them you have to waste 100 souls. So it's basically wasting out the souls that you're getting right here every single time, which is kind of interesting. Are we accepting team tries yet? Sure, if you have any teams that you want me to do, I don't see why not. Or if you need help building teams or anything of the such. Yeah, I always take suggestions, or team suggestions. We may not always do all of them, but we can definitely do it. Whatever you may want us to go do. We'll go throw the poke there. And take reds, grab a red, throw in furnace, and he'll just kill itself out on the final one there. And we'll be good to go from there. And we'll just oopstead it, and dead. Wait, did it actually lose all stats in Arena? Never mind. My bad. Oh, is that why its stats are so ridiculously low? Okay, so never mind. Literally nothing works in Arena then, other than the weapons that you own. Wow, what else did they remove from Arena? Did they remove brown-blue banner now, too? Which I don't even understand why that's a thing. Because you used to be able to change your banner to anything. Now it's locked in on brown-blue. And at one point, they had no banner. It was weird. It was like, you got to choose any banner. Then for some amount of time, there was no banner. And then after that, which is currently the state, it's forced to be brown-blue banner. This seems weird. I'll go throw a furnace down here. He's going to throw his. Killed Ubistet, so we don't have much of a worry then, unless he infurnaces 10 times in a row. Which he definitely can do. Infurnus can definitely do that. And a smash. Oops, I should have threw Ubistet. Oh, well, yeah, I definitely should have threw Ubistet. We already would have won the battle if we did. Because that would have killed out the thing right there. Oh, well, throw that down, and now he's dead. Have I tried a giant team since we got level 100 Titan? Yes, we did. It's not the greatest of teams. It's definitely within some of the better ones. It's also good enough that you would throw it for Guild Wars. You could throw it as one of your Guild War defend teams. The team is Euro Fire Mantle, that one Fire Giant that's brown-green that deals triple damage to burning, followed by your hero using Dawnbringer if you have it. And the final troop is Hindla, that one green-blue that summons additional giants. The team has the highest attack in the entire game. I mean, not attack. It has the highest HP. It has the highest starting HP of any team in the entire game. And it's also just really, really, really decent damage once it gets going. The AI doesn't always use it correctly, but yeah, it's a pretty nice team. It's really inconsistent, though, which is why you wouldn't see it as something like this. It would never be like a really main team that everyone would be running. But it definitely makes for a really good Guild War Defend day, if nothing else. But that's about it. It's kind of like Goblins. You would very rarely actually use this as like your main team, but it makes for a really good defend team. And that's basically what I would consider 4 times Giants at the moment with Titan Hero class. Okay, let's go get a Infernus down. You need a good Goblin team that works, and you have every Goblin, so that'd basically be just the standard Goblins then. Nobbin Brothers, Fizzbang, Grapple Pot, and if they have to be unique, then you'd probably put Goblin Rocket in last slot. If they don't have to be unique, you'd put a Fizzbang, and if you're not allowed to do repeats, and it doesn't matter if it's pure Goblin, you'd put Siren there. But yeah, so Nobbin Brothers, Fizzbang, so you switch those two, Grapple Pot, and then last slot's either Goblin Rocket, or Fizzbang, or a Siren. Siren's not a Goblin, obviously, but it's pretty much the best thing you could put there. Okay, we'll go... What do we need? Take the blue over. Get a nice little poke. We'll actually go do it on a summoner, just in case he feels like summoning. We don't want that happening, obviously. Run Furnace down on it. That's why we threw it at him, so he died right there, so we don't have to deal with that. And it was killed off of that. I didn't even double check if it had alignment. I just kind of assumed there would be one somewheres. Luckily there was. What hero class are you using that gives your troops full mana? Oh, it's not a hero class. It's, Faunessa automatically starts with full mana. She is empowered. Though the hero class we're using does start with half mana. There's not a single hero class that starts with full, though, as of currently. Though that would be a super overpowered hero class if they ever did do that. But yeah, currently no hero class has empowered. Though that would be a very interesting mechanic if they ever were to do that. I think the highest they would ever give hero is 75%. Because they'd be too limited in what kind of new weapons they could add to the game if they made it 100%. But yeah, this hero class does start with 50. It has it off of its, oh, what's it called? It's one of the abilities. I think it's like it's 4 for 5th. And it's not loading right now, so I need to go and show it next battle. But let me go and go into one of these. If it'll load, go into this one, I guess. And let me go show it. I believe it's the arcane tree on the skill class, or on the hero tree class thingy. But yeah, if we go under this and go under the list here, it's getting 50% mana start. It's one of about 5 hero classes, I believe, that starts with half mana, not counting typing, because he can also start with half mana by a King Salinas. Similar how to the Warden can start with a Forest Guardian, and how Divine can start with Divine Ishbala and stuff like that. So I'll move that over. I don't really need to worry about the silence, oddly enough, because this is the only hero class that does have immune to silence, so even if he scolds us, it doesn't matter as much. The only thing we really need to worry about is if he silences our entire team. But hopefully he won't do that. But you can see right there, Bard's Inspiration ended up, or whatever that was. Wait, why did it say Bard's Inspiration? Oh, that was the other thing. But our alert right there just protected us from his silence. Okay, do we go for that skull? Is it even worth it? Probably not. We just take red and just go into Infernus Ubestet. Throw Ubestet first, kill those two out. He hits us with another skull, but we can't be silenced, so he doesn't get it down. Only problem will be if he starts going for the other ones. Ow, he just got a really big hit there. I actually am going to need to stop him on skulls some. I'm not going to take the Doom Skull, though. I'm going to try taking mana. So we'll do that. Take the reds there. Get a free turn into another free turn. And take the last little bit of our mana. We'll do it that way. He skulls us. Double skulls us. It's actually good that he double skulled there. Just so he wouldn't be blocking out his mana. Oh, wait, never mind. It'd be the same regardless, because the mana gets leaked through. But anyways, let's go take a brown, take a red. I really need to get purple here, but I don't want to give him skulls to do so. At this point, we can pretty much just kill it off the skulls, so let's go down that route. And that's match. Doesn't even matter, since all we need is any poke, and that is indeed any poke. And apparently it extra turns somehow as well, off of like yellow by the Cascade. You're stuck on battle number 5 for the pet rescue. Try using Cockatrice, Bullets, Apothecary, and Dragonian Monk. And let me know if that works for you, assuming you have that. The main thing that's important to have on that team is Bullets and Cockatrice, mainly that 2 combo. It's nice to have the barrier off of the Monk too, though I don't believe it's required, as long as you can get the Devour off quick enough. Yeah, basically just throw the quickest Devour you can, and then constantly Entangle and Mana Drain spam them. And then eventually, if you have it, throw some kind of barrier down. Dwarven Gate and Dragonian Monk would be the 2 best for that, that you have access to at a lower level range. Dwarven Gate is a common, which you can get under gold keys. Dragonian Monk might be a little bit harder to get at a really, really low level, but he's an ultra rare that you can get in glory or gem keys. Okay, we'll throw an Furnace down. I actually need him to be unbarriered in order to kill him, so we can't do anything there. Actually, you know what? We'll skull spam him. We'll do it that way. It's actually good that he didn't die there, because now we can just Ubestet it. That awkward moment when him surviving actually gives us more damage. There we go. Let's go into Infernus. Oh yeah, didn't we have to do 3 revenges? I think we get 300 souls for this, which is basically 0 souls. We can get 300 souls in under a minute, so not really that big of a reward. I don't even know why that's one of the rewards. It's quite a pitiful one, to say the least. But we'll go and I'm going to ignore his Ubestet and hope he doesn't go crazy. And perfect, so we just go throw that in there. And now we go for another Ubestet. Got the 5 mana. Looks like our Infernus is going to have too much mana this time around. Yeah, it's going to be the case. We'll just throw Infernus. Try getting one more poke on anything. Doesn't even matter what it is. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Well then. Okay, well we lost the way that we were going to kill it. We'll go take something else then. And dead. And there we go. There's our 300 souls. Not like it really matters, but at least we got that done. And the Kedar one I'm just going to ignore. We have to take like 5 minutes just to get 100 souls. Obviously, we could do that in like 15 seconds or so. Oh no, we got a pet! I say oh no because it's the 24-hour pet thing, so we don't actually get anything from it really. All it gives us is white pet food, which is useless. Okay, and then we'll just take Skull, throw that over, and then just Infernus it, go from there. And dead. We're almost there. 2 white pet food, useless. I really wish they would add something to go use all this pet food for. Like actually being able to specifically craft pets. They could make that a really nice soul sink if they did that. Okay, we'll go and throw a poke here, grab that down. Grab all that, grab all that. Throw like an Ubestet or something in here, another Infernus, go from there. And I think we need like 50 battles, I want to say. I actually have no clue how to gauge it. The EXP bar just seems so weird. I don't know why they don't have like a total EXP in the game or not. Like they're tracking a EXP value. You can tell at the end of every battle. Yet for whatever reason, they've never actually shown an EXP number in the game. There was once a glitch on console that allowed you to see it, but there's never been like, hey, here's the EXP bar and how much EXP you need till next level. That has never existed in the game itself. Deliberately. They've done it accidentally in the past, but they've never actually just physically had an EXP bar like, hey, here is X number of EXP out of X number of EXP. Go get this much more EXP. Yet for whatever reason, they still have the numbers show at the end of battle, which they didn't always have. It used to just be like this EXP bar, and that's it. Kind of like how it is now, except with no number at all. It just shows you this bar, and it's like, okay, just get this bar more filled than what it already is. But it shows you an EXP number, yet it doesn't ever show what this total is right there. So this number means nothing other than kind of gauging how much EXP you're getting, but still, it's weird. I don't know why they have it like that. Maybe they think it'll be too intimidating of a number, because that number has to be like in the tens of thousands. It might even be 6 digits long. Some kind of ridiculously high number, whatever number would be the total EXP there. Or not the total EXP, but you know, the EXP till next level. The total EXP somewhere's in the millions, like multi-millions, probably almost in the billions. Is Nick's Mythic any good? I don't know if they finished rebalancing it yet. From what I last saw on it, it looks like it'll be okay. You're going to use it with true damage is the only problem. It also has that whole mechanic where you need to make sure it's the one that gets the kill, which means there's some other true damages that you wouldn't be able to use it with. So, for example, you wouldn't be able to use it with things like Crescendo. You wouldn't be able to use it with Mist Stalker and stuff like that. So, I'm not fully certain how good it will be. One other thing that it might be used for is being a pick-off kind of troop that you use and kind of ignore that it even does true damage, and use it kind of like how you would use a Corvash in a way, in that the true damage isn't really the main aspect of why you're using him. You're using a Corvash because you need to stun and the drain and everything, and that's basically what the new Mythic's going to be. You're not using him because you need the true damage, you're using him because you want to get a kill that then explodes a bunch of mana. I don't know if it's really going to be able to outclass Board Breaker, though. It does have a lot lower of a mana cost, but you need to make sure it can secure a kill every time. Also, for any of you that don't know what I'm going on about, let me actually go over what the next Mythic does. I've gone over it a few times, but let's go over it again. Let's see. It's coming out next Friday. Not this Friday. Next week's Friday. But yeah, next Mythic. What it currently does is it is not a divine monster. I believe it is a elf monster now, if I'm not mistaken. It is no longer going to be a divine. So this spoiler... Actually, let me click refresh. Maybe it hasn't updated yet. Because currently the spoiler thread is incorrect. Yeah, it still shows it's a divine. It's actually not going to be a divine. They already confirmed it's no longer going to be a divine. But yeah, it's going to be, I believe, an elf monster, if I'm not mistaken. It is not going to count as a divine. But it webs all enemies, which is decent. That means everything goes down to 0 magic, assuming it can be webbed for a short duration of time. It then deals magic plus 5 true damage to the last 2 enemies. And then if the enemy dies, it explodes 15 gems, which is about how much a World Breaker or Gorgulfa does. And this only costs 20 mana cost. So if you're getting a kill every time, it's basically a Gorgulfa into a true damage double last hit, which definitely has some potential. As far as its traits, it has some pretty decent ones too. It is the first Mythic in the entire game to have Stealthy, which is kind of cool, so it can't be targeted. It has Impervious, which is always good. Anything that ever gets Impervious is decent. That's immune to basically every stats effect and all that. Well, it's immune to literally every stats effect, as well as Devour and Mana Burn. I mean, Mana Burn. That was right. And not Mana Drain, Mana Burn. The one that specifically does damage based on your mana. And other than that, it has Creeping Doom, which is actually useless. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of the most useless Mythic traits. So not that big a deal if you don't get it fully traded. Definitely want to get the first 2 traits, though. But its final trait is a 50% chance to summon a Tomb Spider when an enemy dies. More often than not, this is just going to get in the way of your team. Tomb Spider isn't even that good. If it's something like a Giant Spider, I would say, okay, yeah, that's actually decent. Because it's a green, purple, yellow, so it actually does use purple. But, yeah, it just doesn't seem like... It just seems like a really weird trait to have on something like a Mythic. Maybe a Legendary. But, yeah, it's one of the worst Mythic traits in the entire game. Possibly even worse than, what's her name? Than Reality's Poison All Enemies. But, it's very, very high up there as far as how bad its final trait is. But as far as its actual ability and its first 2 traits, it's really nice. That might be one of the other reasons why they made the other aspect of it so bad. The final trait on it. Because Impervious plus Stealthy is actually an insanely good combo to have. The only thing it's really missing from there is like some kind of really high skull reduction, and it'll be good to go. Yeah, we'll go through that in there. Actually, that would have been cool if they gave it a really high dodge. I really wish they would add a mythic that has like 50% or 60% dodge or something. Probably only 50%, because if it goes any higher than that, it's going to get insanely strong. But, yeah, I really would wish they would have given it like 50% dodge or something. Though I guess doing that with Impervious might have been a bit too strong. But it is definitely something they should consider in the future. Because at the moment, there's only 2 things that have higher than 20% dodge. There's every hero class that has 30%, which I believe is 3 of them. Archer, Assassin, and one other one that I can't think of by name at the moment. But there's those 3. I think it's Warden, if I'm not mistaken. I forget. But those 3 have 30% dodge. And the only thing that has higher than that is Artima, who has 40% dodge. So Artima is almost never used because Gorgolfa is superior to it in like 99% of teams. Oops, that wasn't enough damage. We'll go through that in there. Still dies out. And we'll go from there. Go get a nice poke down. Get that. Get our mana. Go through another Infernus. Go from there. Is Christinex worth crafting in Soulforge? Kind of. I would definitely say make sure you have Dragon Soul and Gorgolfa first, obviously, before you would even consider crafting a Christinex. Christinex is definitely decent. I just don't know if it's really worth spending 800 diamonds on. It's really good with Dragon Soul plus... actually, it's literally... You could actually just go a triple team with what's craftable right now. You can literally build it... What with all the... Why do we get so many when we can't use them? But you can literally just build a team out of Gorgolfa, Christinex, Dragon Soul, and your hero using something, so you still gain hero XP. And that would literally just be your team. I used to run that. It's still really good. It's just it's slower than some of the better options that are available. But literally just those 3 together on a team is a pretty solid team in itself. So yeah, if you wanted to build that into a Christinex, definitely worth it. But make sure you have Dragon Soul first, and make sure you have Gorgolfa first. There we go, let's go. He better not get a kill off of that. Good. I was going to say. And down he goes. And we get another 2 white pet food, which are useless. And we don't get pets because there's the 24-hour one still active. That's the only bad thing about Wednesdays. And they were thinking about adding like another pet day too. That would have been a little bit weird. Like I wouldn't mind if they added like another pet day if they actually like made it more new pets. But I don't know, it feels like the rate of new pets is very slow. They already have like 20, 30, 40, 50 something pets just on reserve right now that they could pretty much just add to the game if they wanted to right now. But of course they're doing it like slowly over a very long period of time. Yeah, it's only been like 1 new one per month pretty much. Kind of like how mythics are. Yeah, what Demon or Angel just posted is what the thingy does. The new mythic. Basically what I just said, except in text form. I think they're still going to be rebalancing it some, because the Spore of the Thread still shows it with the incorrect hero typing. I mean, not hero typing, but you know, it has the incorrect type on it right now. Because they already confirmed it's not going to be a Divine. So they might do some other tweak when they go and make it not Divine. But hopefully one of those tweaks will be changing its final traits. It might be the first mythic ever that I don't actually, unless I needed to for a kingdom upgrade. But I think I'm going to deliberately only get its first 2 traits, because its final trait is actually a negative effect. If it gets a kill and summons a thing in front of your spider, you're blocking your purple, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, we gained another level. Probably going to gain another level or 2 tomorrow as well. I think we'll finish out Bard at about level 80. Obviously, I'm not getting to level 100 because there's no need to. There we go. Wow, a lot of gnomes today. What's with all the gnomes all of a sudden? We go like forever with no gnomes, and now we're just getting like 3 within, what is that, 6 battles or so? I'll go kill out the gnome because it's the biggest threat. Don't want him getting his mana or anything. Oh, don't you dare. He almost did it. But what would we have lost if he actually did escape there? We would have lost a... Oh, it was only 100 souls. He could have escaped. That wouldn't have mattered. Can I show a perks of the Staff of Madness? Oh, yeah. Staff of Madness is actually really, really good. It might actually be the next weapon I max out. I was definitely considering it. The problem is there's so many other better red purples in the game than this weapon, even though this weapon is insanely good. But yeah, it gains some of the best benefits of actually being maxed, or among some of the best. It's not the best weapon in the game, but it's pretty far up there. As far as the best purple weapon, it might actually be the best purple weapon now. It's either that or Creeping Death, but mythic weapons take forever to actually get fully maxed, so Creeping Death's not getting there anytime soon. Whereas this one actually could. We could realistically have this maxed next week if I wanted to, which I'm considering it. I actually am considering it. But yeah, Staff of Madness. I don't think I've ever bothered showing on stream. I was looking at it off stream though. But this one. This is one of those weapons that were basically unobtainable. That you either bought through Glory when it first came out, or you bought it for $5 when they randomly did it during, I guess, a Karkaroff event. You probably had it available like once or twice for $5, and probably will again at some point, and probably some other means to obtain it too. They will be adding all these older weapons to the game in some way, shape, or form in the future. But yeah, it gains quite a bit of decent effects. It diseases the first enemy. Well, first things first, what it actually does, it's a full AoE weapon. It's a red-purple, hits all enemies. It deals damage to all enemies and steals 1 from a random skill from each enemy. You can tell this weapon is very dated by the fact that it only steals 1 stat, but still, that can steal magic. Also, one other thing to note about this, it steals the same stat from everyone. Whereas things like Plague, for example, when he does his reduction off his trait, he ends up doing a random one per each. But this weapon does roll the same one for each. So if you were to steal HP, it would be 1 HP from all of them. If it was magic, it'd be 1 magic from all of them. And if I'm not mistaken, if it does steal magic, the magic applies after the calculation, not before, if I'm not mistaken. But still, it's basically just a standard AoE weapon that just has a little bit of stat steal. But on top of that, it has these perks. It diseases first enemy. It reduces random skill on the first enemy by 2, on top of the 1 that you already did. And the 2 that actually make it viable is it drains 3 mana from the first enemy. So, I believe you get to accumulate it. I'm not fully certain on that. But if you do get to accumulate it, that is very, very nice. And then it also explodes the 1 gem. So you get to go and get a little bit of your mana back, possibly get your turn to land. It normally has 0 board control, so this basically gives it something to actually accumulate some of its stats back. And I believe it's the most spammable full AoE weapon in the game. I don't believe any of the other ones actually got an explode like that, which makes it a lot easier to keep going over and over again. But yeah, it's not that bad. And the fact that you have a disease combined with a mana drain can basically make sure that the enemy's first slot doesn't actually get to ever cast, or at least make it harder for them to do so. Obviously, that wouldn't be like entirely make sure it will happen, but if you had another drainer on your team or something, it could definitely help secure it. But yeah, it's decent as far as weapons are concerned. It's not like, oh, way, way over the top. But most of them aren't really like excessively over the top. It is one I'm considering to get up. Don't really see many situations where I would use it though. But it's in my consideration. But there's not too many other legendary weapons I do need to get up. I think Bronze Lock Pistol is one of the other ones I kind of want to mess around with. That might actually be the next one, now that I think about it, instead of that one. Because there's a lot of really weird things we could do with Bronze Lock Pistol. But yeah, let's see. So things that are kind of worth going for. Anu Scepter, actually not horrible. Enchant Self every single cast. Gains 1 mana to all allies on top of the mana you're already accumulating. Cleanses itself. And you also get a bit of armor. Or of course the armor aspect's not too good. This thing ended up getting an Explode or Random Brown, which is nice. And it gains 4 mana. So you gain about automatically like 1/4 its mana back. Possibly a little bit more due to the explosion. It actually deals some extra damage. Normally this weapon does no damage at all, so you actually get to do some damage off it. And it gains some additional attack every single cast, which normally wouldn't come into play much. Other than that, let's see. What other ones were not horrible? What did Black Manacle get, by the way? Destroy 3 random purple, not horrible. Disease the first enemy, not horrible. Create a purple, horrible. And reduce a random skill, horrible. So yes, oh no, but still, Black Manacle overall might be better than Staff of Madness. Even though the traits or the perks are worse, it has Devour 20% chance, which is way better than what Staff of Madness does. Staff of Madness just does that 1 stat steal. Bronze Lock Pistol is the main one I'm really curious about. Normally these things would not seem that good, but on this particular weapon, this combination of things is actually insanely powerful. It destroys a random gem, which makes it even more destroys on top of the destroys it already has. Normally that'd be horrible, but it has so many that it just basically helps it out even more. Burn the first enemy, which there are some synergies where you actually would use that, because there are hero classes that do have the capability to do triple damage when the enemy is burning. So with those hero classes, this is what this would mainly be used for. It deals 5 damage to the first enemy, which is just some extra damage. So you can target something else or just go all in on first. And oddly enough, this would normally be 100% useless, but the fact it gains 10 gold is insanely good on this, mainly because it's one of the few weapons in the entire game that actually boost based on gold. Actually might be the only one, isn't it? But yeah, it destroys gems based on how much gold you have total. So that combination is actually insanely good, especially if you're using this with a class that's gaining 5 gold per turn. On top of that you're already getting off the ability. It has some potential. It definitely has some potential. And Bronzelock Pistol, if they ever nerf explosions, Bronzelock Pistol is the new Gorgoltha, which is going to be kind of funny. So we'll see exactly how that pans out. But yeah, you can use Dragon Guard. It's really good. It's basically a new Gorgoltha if they ever nerf it. And you basically just use Dragon Guard instead. So what will essentially happen is, let's say they nerf explosions down to 50%. Everyone will just go use Bronzelock Pistol fully maxed with Dragon Guard. It's basically what's going to be happening. There's a couple reasons for this. One is it does triple damage to skulls when the enemy is burned. So Bronzelock Pistol can burn every single cast. Other reason for this is you can get rid of the spells, so you don't need to worry about barrier or anything like that. You get to start with a barrier, so even though you only have 40% skull reduction, you're still going to be having, like, to a degree, a slightly better, at least start than what a Gorgoltha does. And it'll be more resistant to casting, since you could use that for a cast as well. Whereas Gorgoltha only ever affects against the, specifically against the skulls themselves. But also, you still have skull reduction, as I mentioned. You have 40% reduction, which is the highest that any hero class has at the moment. You wouldn't really be using that in the context of dragons, though if you were, you would be gaining those extra stats too. And, yeah, it has some potential. Will it really be, like, way over the top? I'm not fully certain. Probably not, but hey, triple damage is triple damage. That's still decent, but this pretty much, if they ever over-nerf explosions, which I don't know if they will or will not, that's basically a new strategy. It's something like Dragon Guard with Pistol or some kind of other similar setup. Anyways, yeah, and we can go over more weapons later. Unless there's any of them that you specifically want me to go over again or something. Yeah, it's going to be a while before we get a lot of legendary weapons upgraded. It's a long process. Hopefully next minigame, next patch will allow us to grind them out to a decent degree. I really hope whatever the new minigame is next patch, that it is infinite as well as good for ingots. They mentioned that ingots is a reward, but they didn't mention how big of a reward. Okay, let's go and... actually, I think we already have enough damage, don't we? Yeah, we do. Oh no, it's using that annoying 50% summon thingy. Let's go do that. And it got replaced with it immediately. It can even replace itself out, which is kind of funny, as you can see. Anyways, I'll go grab that, throw Ubistet down, dead, go from there. You have all the weapons. Could you make a video showing the best ones to upgrade, and in what order? As far as legendary weapons, I guess that's what you're referring to, right? Because for the most part, all the ones below then you'd pretty much have pretty easily. The only ones that take forever are legends and mythics. I don't know if I should even really mention mythics, though. If I do a video on that, I should probably just do it on legendary specifically. Because mythic weapons, it's going to be a while before anyone even gets Dawnbringer max, let alone start considering what they would do after Dawnbringer. Not to mention, by the time even one person has enough to max one of those mythic weapons, pretty sure they're already going to add another mythic weapon by then. Like, you know, like a new version of Dawnbringer, basically, a triple, like a real mythic weapon, not like those fake ones that only use one color. Like a real one that actually uses 3, like Dawnbringer, will probably be out by then. But yeah, I could definitely do it for legendary weapons. Wow, he already killed us. And down it goes. The vines are so annoying. I can't wait till we don't see it anymore. But that happens to every meta. But the vines have been around for a while, though. The main thing that pushed it over, I think, was... really, I just took an extra turn. What are you doing? But I think the main thing that pushed it over is Divine Ishpala. Not even Ubistet so much, but more so Divine Ishpala. As I say that, this team doesn't even have Divine Ishpala. But yeah, there was a few things that kind of pushed it over. 3 of them. Divine Ishpala, Ubistet, and Divinia is what really pushed Divines into being just spammed literally everywhere. Okay, we'll go and we'll take that over. Get Infernus down. He has so much HP right now because of the Vinia. Luckily, that's in kill range. He's still going to get a cast, though. Oh, and that cast is actually enough to win. Really? Okay, I guess we technically could still win, but it's going to take too long. I don't know. You know what? We'll still go for it. Maybe we won't be getting that level today. You know what? I guess we'll save it for next stream. Unless I accidentally reach level 1,300 off stream. That'd be a fail. We'll go move that over. Let's see. We'll see how close we are. With the other one over. We're Infernus. Yeah, we're dead. We are so dead. Unless we get the most luckiest Infernus ever. Nope, dead already. And then it goes. Well, as far as weapon upgrades, as far as the first ones you should be going for, it's definitely, as far as legendaries, it would definitely be either Divine Protector or getting Manged +5. Manged and Mountain Crusher to +5. You don't have to max them, though you could if you really wanted to. But getting them simply to +5. Reason for Mountain Crusher is almost every team that runs Mountain Crusher, not all of them, but a good majority of them, runs your hero in first slot. And what's noteworthy about this is Mountain Crusher is tied at the highest amount of attack you can gain from any weapon, which is 7. So you gain a lot of attack from it, making it really good, obviously in first slot, since your attack value matters the most on whatever you're using in first. Other than that, the other one would end up being, of course, Manged. Manged you use a lot in raids and evasions. You also use it occasionally in just about any piece of content where the stats that the enemy has are way above your own or just really high in general, because you end up getting a lot of value out of it since you just convert all the armor to damage. And then from there is where it starts getting into what on earth would you bother upgrading after that point. Okay, we'll go and... but yeah, we could go do a video on that. You spend 177 event keys, you got 3 rounds of gems. Guess she's gonna go get away? Wait, what? Wait, what were you trying for? The only thing currently in drop table is... oh, do you mean the queen? Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, the only things that are really in the drop table right now is Silent One, King Salinas, and the Wild Queen. And I guess technically Faunessa, because Faunessa's... well, Faunessa's normally useless. She's insanely good in raids this week. Yeah, we'll throw Infernus down. And let's match. Super Stack, kill it. Way more than enough damage. And then it goes. Yeah, I don't think we'll actually reach level 1,300 right now. I should probably stop while we're behind. Yeah, I think we'll just leave it at there for now. But yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or anything you want me to go over right now that I can actually go over? And as far as daily tasks, we're pretty much done. There's no point in doing that. It'd be a waste of time doing 8 battles just for 100 souls. That is so pitiful. They should probably rebalance some of those rewards. Like, that is like a complete waste of time compared to some of the other options. But they did just release it. But then again, they had it on console for ages. Though I don't know how different these are compared to what console used to have. Because I believe console people were saying that they actually nerfed the rewards from them. And by judging by this one, they definitely nerfed it. That's for sure. Oh, sorry, Lampard. I didn't see your question. You want to keep your event keys for Titania. For Queen Titania. What can you use instead of King Salinas for raids? Faunessa. Literally all Faunessa. If you have 3 Faunessa, 2 Faunessa, you could use Mang plus the raid troop plus 2 Faunessa. But as many Faunessas as you could possibly put into your team, fully traded, is what you'd want to be using instead of King Salinas. That's what we've been using the whole time. I can't show it right now because we already finished out all of our battles. But it's Mang triple Faunessa we've been using. Or Mang raid boss double Faunessa. I already did dungeons. We did it in like 5 seconds. Or, you know, it takes like 1 minute, 2 minutes. But yeah, as many Faunessas as you have. And if you don't have Faunessas, I guess try putting a bunch of Sirens into it and kind of go down the same route. Siren's nowhere near as good, though. But it would still give you the mana generation to get Mang and kind of keep them up. But yeah, it's still definitely very possible to do it. Even just 1 Faunessa would be enough to help you out a lot. Let's see, any other questions I missed? Don't believe so. Anyone else? Also, good evening, Dragon Ball Z fan. Welcome. But yeah, I would definitely say save your event keys for the most part for next week. Next week has all of the Fairy Fire options. Fairy Fire ends up making your casts do 50% more damage. The 3 main things you'd want to try getting next week are Queen Titania and Glitter Claw. Mainly just those 2, but there's also Suna in the drop table if you didn't already get her. So you'd also have the chance of getting her. Hello, Plumko. Hello, Questor. Welcome, welcome. And goodbye. Sorry. But anyways, we'll be back tomorrow, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be going over the class events, of course, doing that then. Actually, never mind. I'll be doing a video, what am I saying? I'll be doing that actually tonight. I'll go and, I guess, record a video for that later tonight. And just kind of show teams what you use Bard class for and all that good stuff. Obviously, one of those is literally what we're using now, but there's, of course, Guild War purposes and stuff like that that you would be able to go and incorporate your class into. But, yeah, it's definitely a pretty decent hero class. Not one of the absolute best. I would probably rank it about 4th, 5th. I'm not fully certain. It is one of the better ones. It's just not the absolute best, but still a nice one to have. You also don't need it any further than 70, which is nice. Most of the really good hero classes, you do need to get to level 100 to fully utilize them. This, I believe, is actually the only really insanely good hero class that doesn't require you to go all the way to 100 to be able to get all the benefits from it. Like right here at 70, we already got the final good benefit from it. 100 does nothing for the hero class, so it's kind of nice in that regard compared to some of the other ones. But we'll be going over that and all that good stuff. But anyways, guys, hope you all enjoy the rest of the week. No new content coming this Friday, if I'm not mistaken, though the following Friday we have new Mythic and quite a few things coming next week to end up enjoying. Other than that, enjoy your week. I'll see you all later. Thank you all so much for coming, and we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Goodbye, everyone!